Welcome to day 166 of the New Way. I'll read Luke 11:37 and 38. When Jesus had finished speaking, a Pharisee invited him to eat with him. So he went in and reclined at the table. But the Pharisee was surprised when he noticed that Jesus did not first wash before the meal. On day 27, we discussed this controversy between the Pharisees and Jesus about washing hands before eating. We discussed the difference between God's laws and the Jewish tradition. Here I want you to notice two things. He was invited to the home of a Pharisee to share a meal. He had no problem eating with empty people. The second thing I want you to note is that he began to teach them right where their minds were. That's a good rule for any teacher. If the student's mind is on something, then start there. Then you can move his or her mind to the things of God. But if you just start in with your teaching, you may lose the student's interest because his or her mind may not move with you. Now Jesus will continue his teaching. Listen closely to see what he says is the problem and what he recommends as the remedy. I'll read Luke 11:39 through 41. Then Jesus said to him, "Now then, you Pharisees clean the outside of the cup and dish, but inside you are full of greed and wickedness. You foolish people, did not the one who made the outside make the inside also? But now, as for what is inside you, be generous to the poor, and everything will be clean for you." Are you guilty of the same problem? I know I am. Sometimes I'm more concerned with looking holy to other people than with being holy. Jesus continues to teach. Listen to what Jesus said was wrong and how he wanted them to correct it in Luke 11:42. Woe to you Pharisees, because you give God a tenth of your mint, rue, and all other kinds of garden herbs, but you neglect justice and the love of God. You should have practiced the latter without leaving the former undone. Question: how about you? Is it easier to give things or time? Now note that Jesus didn't say that they shouldn't give a tenth of their produce to God. He simply said you should do both. We'll continue this discussion tomorrow. In his service, Dale.